So in this video, let's study about the prototyping the user interface. The prototyping word simply means that creating a blueprint of your application that you are trying to develop. Before developing that application, you have to build the wireframes, the small things that you have to keep in mind. You have to formulate them on a sheet of paper, and after that you develop one prototype interface, that what all you would be showing on the main screen of the application, what all you will be showing in the sub windows of that application, like that. So why is prototyping necessary? Prototyping encourages the incremental development approach. The incremental development approach simply means that while making an application, you don't just have to develop more and more web pages in that. Simply stick onto one web page first of all at a time, and then grow in that web page only. Growing means if you find any bug while deploying that web page, you have to rectify those bugs. Don't you have to simply build up all the pages at one time and then simply start deploying that application to the as a beta interface for the users. First of all, you have to build up one page, rectify that web page to your 100% of satisfaction, and then you have to move on to the next page. So here also it is written, rapid prototyping encourages the incremental development approach. Grow, don't build. That means you have to rectify at a single point rather than building everything together. So prototyping involves a number of iterations. Suppose you have developed one main page of that application and you are finding some difficulty in opening that web page, clicking at somewhere on that web page, then you first have to find out that why those bugs are being encountered in your web page. First you will refine some bugs, then again test it, then again refine, then again test it, till the time you get 99.99% of accuracy. 100% of accuracy won't be possible because some web pages are linked to the other web pages also. First of all, we have to build one web page. So in that web page, if other web pages have to be linked, so 100% accuracy would not be possible. But for the modules that you have put on that web page, that have to work 100% correctly. Okay, so prototyping involves a number of iterations where we add a little more to the application and we understand the problem a little better. We can make more improvements. By the time we are running again and again deploying that single web page, the first web page of our application, then what we are doing, we are making improvements in our every iteration. With use case tools, operational software using visual prototyping or normal development tools. It is saying that you can use the case tools that are available in various softwares like IBM Rational Rose also, and there are some visual software also available through which you can test your user interface that you have built for your application, that are very easy to use tools that can help you out mostly. Then the third prototyping step is visual and rapid prototyping is valuable asset in many ways. First, it provides an effective tool for communicating the design. Second, it can help you define task flow and better visualize the design. What is it is trying to say is, suppose first you have made a single web page of any application that you want to build up. What you will do, you will try to communicate with that web page as a point of testing with that web page. You will test whether all the text fields, all the buttons, all the labels are in synchronization with each other, so that they can be deployed by any other user that wants to use that application. So visual prototyping means it provides effective tool for communicating with the design. Whatever you have built, whatever you can see, that is visual. Visual means whatever you can see. We have to communicate with whatever we can see on that web page and refine our development process. Second, it can help you define the task flow and better visualize the design. Whatever you have designed and whatever flowchart that you have kept in mind for your application, it will help you in refining that flowchart, that design process also. Suppose you have thought of to do process A and then process B, but at the time of refining you search out that some process C has to be done before process A. So these types of flowchart making, the step-by-step process can also be rectified using those design tools that are available for prototyping. The last is creating a user interface. Generally consists of 3 steps. The first is create the user interface objects such as button, data entry fields. When you have finally completed with the first web page, you have to just check out whether for all the information that you have asked from the user on that web page, have you built up the post sessions for that. Post session means whenever you click on the submit button, that data has to be submitted, that data has to be posted onto some URL, some network, some database. So we have to create those buttons, create those interface objects that can interact the user with the database or with the server. Then you can link or assign the appropriate behaviors or actions to these user interface objects and their event. This second point is trying to say that forever you have built some application page and you add some animation effects, some transition effects to those buttons, so that that may look that application is responding to the user in some way. Suppose you have filled out any registration form on application, then what will happen, that application, when you will click on the submit button, then the page will pop up some dialog box that you have to enter some required field, or if you have entered your password that is not matching with the password requirements of that website, then some dialog boxes will appear, some error messages will appear. That helps the user to communicate with the application, so that the user comes to know where the user have to improve itself from registering the next time or guiding the other users also. The application should be self-guiding how to use that application. It should be user-friendly. That is it what I'm trying to say. The third point is test, debug, and then add more, going back to back step one. That means we have to iterate this process again and again by testing and refining, so that we should have to build up the application with 100% user satisfaction. Okay. Now in this slide I have summarized everything in the flowchart manner, that what we have to do while prototyping the user interface. First you have to create the user interface controls. Controls means all those registration form like type thing. If you have to build, you have to put on the text fields, the labels, the buttons and everything like that. On the web page you will design the UI, simple UI first. Then associate the actions to that user interface controls and that events. Associate the action, that means for example, whenever some user writes the contents, submits the registration form to the application, that submit button, whenever it should be clicked, that data should be posted onto the server or to the database. So that means associating the actions to the user interface. We are associating some action for the submit button. Whenever you click that submit button, something will happen. That means we have defined some action for that. Whenever you click on the clear button, everything should get clear from the form that you have filled up. So that is, we are defining some actions. We are developing it. We are coding something on that button so that some action happens. After that, whenever we have defined our actions and user interface controls, we will test or debug. Test or debug means we will test whether everything is working fine. If any bug is found, then we will debug it. Debug means removing those bugs and moving on to the testing in the next stage. Simply test and debug will be repeated again and again till the user is satisfied, the user interface is satisfied. That means developer is doing the alpha testing first, and then we will roll out the beta testing for some friendly set of the customers, and after that, that app will be released online. If you are done, then it is okay, you can release the app. Otherwise, you can iterate in this flowchart again and again. If you feel any need for addition of any user interface controls, then addition of some actions for that user interface controls, and then testing and debugging. It is simply a iterative flowchart where you can iterate again and again till the time you are satisfied, your client is satisfied, your customer is satisfied, and moreover the user is satisfied. I hope this view layer interface is now clear to you, that how we have to develop the prototype. Prototyping means simply we have to develop first the blueprint, that what all we have to do in our application. So thank you, meet you in the next video.